Hey y'all, Big Wooly here, and welcome back to another episode of our FTB Skies Expert Let's Play. Now, some of you are thinking, wait, Wooly, did you, go kill a dragon or something? No, I didn't. I just went nether looting. I was like, there's a ton of good stuff in there, and I was looking for something different to do. So I crafted the faster broom, the mahogany one we talked about earlier. It's nothing we haven't gone over. I think they even made the recipe easier than I remembered it being before. But yeah, it's just netherite ingot and some mandrake root and the mahogany that we already grew. And it is a lot faster than the other broom. So I found a total of 3 additional nether villages, and these shulker boxes show up in the chests. They say Inferno Containment Cube, and they're empty when you find them, but I mean, the best part was I didn't have to stop looting because I ran out of space. I was able to just keep stuffing my pockets full of loot. Now, this is not the topic of today's episode, but I thought I would want to share with you because there's a ton of stuff in here that is really good. One of them in particular I do want to go over, and we will get to that in this episode. But the main things that we're going to cover today are we're going to make volatile redstone buckets. We're going to do some combining of fluids with the fluid mixer. The volatile redstone is so that we can step up our power game. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I know I said I wasn't going to go over all these at first, but I just want to cover, this is the goodies chest. This is the one where I picked out stuff and was like, whoa, this is good. We got 6 20% full source jars, which aren't really a problem anymore, but those source jars are a crafting component for the relays and stuff. Super nice to have around. This right here, though, is probably the biggest score, because if you take that and a crystalline bee, which we also got one of, let's go look these up real quick. The one thing that we really don't have a solid automated process that's not a royal pain for yet is diamonds. And if we come to uses on a crystalline bee, you will see bee conversion. And if I feed it a heart of diamond, it becomes a diamond bee, which, yes, just like you might think, makes diamond combs, which we can spin down into diamonds. Just free diamonds. This heart of diamond is not out of reach for us currently, with the exception of maybe the heart of the sea, because I don't think we've gotten a nautilus shell yet, and I was looking at whether I could craft them or not, and I don't really know how. Now, it looks like we could turn a regular bee into a prismarine bee, and then the prismarine bee is gonna allow us to use the comb, the comb at all, 1% chance of nautilus shells. So we probably ought to get some of those going. I've been saying for a few episodes I'm going to get an apiary going out here and do away with this. So I think that might be my in-between today's and tomorrow's episode project. I would really like to get bees going because there's just so much we can get from them. Other stuff, tons of netherite upgrades for storage drawers, some more springaline shards, tons of speed upgrades for the pedestals mod, which we're going to get more into using as our automation moves forward. 7 of these ender chests that we cannot craft yet, but they are going to be awesome for the automation of resources that we've started on over there. It's just going to allow us to set channels, keep things clean, and get items around where we need to. What else was there? Oh, speed upgrades for the bees. Those are going to be great. Floating agri-carnation, which I think generates mana. And one of the things I'm the most excited about, I got an infinity wand. This is a wand, but never breaks. That's super exciting. And then for Crypto Tito, we got ourselves some pick step. So I may dance to it before the end of the episode. If you know, you know. So let's go look at our list of stuff to get into the volatile redstone. So volatile redstone is made with that acetyl whatever that we made at the end of last episode in the thermopneumatic pressure processing plant with redstone. Now, we were running unbelievably low on redstone. So in between this episode and the last one, I brought the dimensional storage we crafted down here, and I turned all these into one and stuffed them into here. And then that way, when these machines are running, it will just fill up this here, which can hold up to 1,000 of any given item in here. And then it can hold 128 different item types. So that is pretty awesome because it works great for just a 1-block solution for right here. And as you can see, got us a ton of redstone going. So now let me go get the fluids we need together, and I will meet you guys down there in our processing area, and we shall proceed. So here we are at our thermo-pneumatic processing plant. I did not look at the temperature required, but let's put in the fluid we made at the end of the last episode. And we are going to put in a redstone, and I think we have everything we need to make 250 millibuckets. So let's go 2, 3, 4, and that should give us 1 bucket of volatile redstone. Now we're going to need a whole lot more of this, but rather than make you guys sit through me doing that in a video, I'll just show you the process here, and then we will move on to the next steps, and I will either work on it in between clips or in between episodes. So we're going to take out our volatile redstone, and we're going to head on over to our, fluid encapsulator I think we need for this one right here. So if we put this into our fluid encapsulator, and then we were to go steal, I should have grabbed it while I was there. Let's go steal 1 piece of the magnet. Now, this is the, I don't think you can do it 1 piece at a time. I think you have to do a whole ring at once. I am not certain of that though, but this is how I will be doing it. I will farm it all up, and you put it in the fluid encapsulator, and now we have the second tier of magnet, which is going to generate more power for the same rotation in the same setup. It's going to be cool. So let's see. Does it break this if I put it there, or will it still make us power? Let's see how it's doing. Is it still making power? Yeah, it is. And it's making more than it was. It was making like 109, and now it's making 111 or something. So just upgrading the 1 has increased it. I'm going to work on getting all of this done because it's a lot of making those fluids and everything else. I'm going to work on getting it all mixed up and, upgrade our power gen here so that we have more RF, because I want to run more phytogenic insulators and other machines for process automation. So let's look at our list. That covers volatile redstone, the redstone magnets. Now, industrial foregoing. This is another piece of the quest line. I know it sort of feels like we're all over the map in these episodes, but that's just the nature of these kind of packs. We have to do a little bit of everything for a lot of these steps. We're doing all of this with the eventual goal to get to our rocket right here, but as you can see, you got to get there. I mean, and there's no other way to get there really than, the way they've shaped the pack for us. So the one thing we didn't do with our volatile redstone is get a bucket of it. So we'll grab that for the quest reward, maybe in between. I'm not going to waste our time and do it right now. Now we're going to make one more different thing here. This phenolic resin out of latex and that acetobus stuff. Now, where do we put our fluid mixer? I think our fluid mixer is out with everything else. So let's grab this stuff out of here. We'll move it to the output so we can bucket it out. Nope, move to the output side. And you're empty. And I've got a bucket. Nice. Okay. Gonna grab this ethanol too. I don't know if I'm gonna need it. And let's head on out to our fluid mixer, which I'm pretty sure is over here. Did it require power? Okay, where did we put it? Fluid mixer. If I was a fluid mixer, where would I be? Oh, here it is. Okay, so in the fluid mixer, we are going to need... we didn't grab our latex. Be right back. Yes, look at that. Hoarder Woolly paying off. Okay. We need you. Well, we'll just do it like this. This and this. And now, what do we need? We need 4 bar of pressure, so we need to turn our gen on. There we have it. Now we're at 4 bar, and that gets our phenolic resin completed. That is going to be used to make duroplast sheets. We take paper in the fluid encapsulator. It's going to use 200 millibuckets per, so we'll get 5 resin per bucket. And then that's going to lead us down to PCBs, which is going to start to get us headed down the road for circuits, space, AE2, all sorts of fun stuff. That's the pressure relief valve, meaning we got 5 bar. Let's turn that off. We don't need to be running the magnets right now because we are not using that for anything, so we'll go ahead and turn that off. All right, let's head over and make ourselves some of this resin. Now we need paper. Should only make 5 of them, but we shall see. Fluid encapsulator. Okay, and we put this bucket in. And then we put our paper in. All right, and that's going to make 5 of them total. Gets us into our duroplast sheets. A couple of free fluid transporters. I will take them. And that is going to allow us to start making circuit backplates and various other assortments of things. These will be made at first in our engineer's workbench. It looks like it's on the blueprint we already have. We can go ahead and just do that. Copper sheet. That loot is kind of ridiculous, huh? So there's that, and that gets us our circuit backplanes. Ooh, that unlocked some other quests somewhere else, too. Let's see. Automated Engineer's Workbench. Oh, we've made pretty much everything for it. Crafting with the workbench in bulk is great. However, automation's key. It's going to be a multi-block that will allow us to automate crafting stuff. Sweet. Not planning on that today, but I will definitely get the stuff together and get that set up, and we will go over it at some point in the future. Let's see. To get the logic circuit, it needs some electronic components and then wired up with more copper. Okay, we actually know how to make all of that, so give me a moment. I'll get all that together. We will keep going down this rabbit hole. Well, I didn't need to get anything together. I just needed to open up my crafting bench or my storage, and there it was. So we already have everything. We had exactly enough. And that gets us our logic circuits, which is going to stop us dead in our tracks for proceeding towards PCBs and then finished PCBs, because we need destabilized redstone. So we're going to have to get into our fractioning still, which is not on the agenda for today, but it looks like something we should be able to easily do. So maybe we'll cover that in our next episode. So phytogenic insulator, you can get out of here. Next thing I wanted to get into today. Ooh, I mentioned industrial foregoing. Let's go start on that. So latex processing unit is the next step in industrial foregoing. The latex processing unit, it makes tiny dry rubber, which we're going to turn into plastic eventually. But the main reason I want to go down this road is not for latex or even those plastics. I want the enchantment extractor, which if you aren't familiar with immersive engineering, if you come over, or not industrial foregoing, excuse me, if you come over here, there's our latex, the next one, but the thing I want's right here, the enchantment extractor. So all of this loot we just got, you see all of these items with enchantments on them, kind of useless to us on there, and having to do splitting and dropping anvils is a royal pain. The enchantment extractor allows you to just stick a chest on one side and be like, hey, take all these enchants off. And if you give that thing books, it will take them off and put them on books for you. And you can just make up whatever enchant you want. And since we have apotheosis in here, we should have the enchantment library. And then it should be able to be upgraded into the Library of Alexandria. That is gonna be awesome for us. So we will head down that road because you can set the enchantment extractor up, have it spit the books right into the library, and then when you want to enchant something, you just go pick what you want. It's a great little setup. So that is going to be a down the roadmap thing, but that is why we're going to make our latex processing unit. So it looks like we need a bucket of latex, a pity machine frame, a furnace. We'll grab the furnace. We need 2 blocks of redstone because we need 1 for the pity machine frame. And the latex bucket is the last thing. Let's go grab that. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. All right. And this is going to get us our latex processing unit. We don't even really need to make anything in it right now. But the main thing it is used for, as I said, is tiny dry rubber, which you then turn into bigger chunks. And it then, that could be bad. Let me come in here and turn auto eject off and remove that output before I put the wrong thing in there at some point. All right, so we have an empty fluid tank. Are you in bucket mode? Bucket mode on. Okay, let's grab a little bit of this latex. Let's grab a little bit of that latex. And let's put it in here. Now, this, all it's going to do, once we give it some water, going to make tiny dry rubber. 9 tiny dry rubber is going to turn into the dry rubber, which we then smelt to get, they call it latex rubber sheets. But those are used for all of the later tier industrial foregoing machines. They're just a part of a lot of those recipes that we're going to want to get into. So that is why we want to get that started. Once we move this monstrosity and get our power upgraded, we will move all of that into a more permanent setup. So let's mark it off the list of things to cover today, and we're gonna keep zipping right along here. Next things next, we need to make blaze fiber. This is moving around a little in our tier 2 quest line here. We got a bunch more unlocked in the bottom. We got this row right here that we need to get through to be able to make our spacesuits to be able to not die on the moon. So the first step in that is blaze fiber. It is stuff we all already have, and I actually prepped all of it here for us in between episodes in that chest. And then they need to go with the imbuement chamber, which I've got a full jar of source that will continue to get refilled over here. Now the middle goes that, and then these go on the outside. So we put a fire shard, a blaze powder, and mage bloom fiber in the middle. And that is going to make our string. Oh, now look, these are not consumed. I forgot that. So I didn't even need extras because it is not consumed. Can I put more than one in there? No, it doubled it. Oh, we got more than one out of that recipe. That was cool. Oh, we get 2 for each one. Sweet. Like it. All right, let's see. What's a good round number? 10's good round number? Let's call 10 good. Okay, so next things next, we need to infuse this with mana. That is pretty simple. We just come over here, and we take this, drop it in our mana pool. And there we have it. Mana infused string. This mana infused string is going to be used to make the cloth. Dang it, we should have made 2 more because then we would have had 12, which would have been an even number. Let's do it. There's that, and there's that. Now we take this, clear our grid, make our mage weave cloth. We're going to need more than this. This is just covering the process with you guys so that you know how to do it in your world. Mana weave cloth can be processed further to make it sturdier. Process it with some latex to make marine fabric. So this is another job for the fluid encapsulator. So if we just head back to our fluid encapsulator, we're going to need some more latex. Fluid encapsulator. Then we come in here, we take out our duroplast sheets, and did it use some? No, it did not. And then we put our mana weave in there. Actually, instead of just continuing to bucket out of this, why don't I just swap it for another one? And then we can just bucket you in here. Bucket mode on. Now it is full of latex, and we have our marine fabric. Now that's going to also, once again, stop us, but that's kind of the goal. We want to just keep moving these lines across on the things we need to get done to get to space. And that is going to cover this one that I had in here for us. And then there's one last thing. With talking about moving items around and those ender chests we got from our nether looting, one other thing that we can use to move items around efficiently around our base is going to be an ender drawer. Works just like a drawer, but you can store the frequency, have two of them in separate locations, and if you put something in one, just like an ender chest, it's going to be in the other, vice versa. They do have some limitations. They do not take size upgrades like regular drawers do, so I think they hold, it's like 8K or something worth of items, and then that's it. But you can put a void upgrade in them, so they can be used for resource generating setups where you want to generate your resources one place, use them somewhere else, and have it on a void card. That way, if your generation backs up, you don't like overflow and stop everything. You just have it void off the things that are going to be generated that you don't need that many of. So we're going to make this. This is done in the enchanting apparatus, and I have stored up a ton of source, as you can see, during the in-between here. And we're going to just pop up here and see if we can do this. I didn't grab the things out of the chest, did you, Wooly? No, you didn't. How are you going to do it if you ain't got the stuff? So we need that. And then we need, protocourse. I forgot that there was an extra step in here, y'all. So we're going to need to make some protocourse, which is mineral berries and quantum fluid. We have not made the quantum fluid yet, but I did think of that, and that's why all of this stuff is here. So we need this. That's that. And then we're going to need a bucket. There's that. Light it. We need andesite. Dang it. Need to get us a diesel generator over here. Okay, so there's that. We've got it heated. Now if we toss in an ender pearl. Don't right click it. That's going to make us one bucket per 250 of liquefied source and an ender pearl, which is actually a really nice ratio. Considering ender pearls aren't the easiest thing for us to farm. Okay, one more. Oh no, I threw my pickaxe in. There we go. Okay, that gets us our quantum fluid. Telejuice bucket. Yep. Whatever that means. Too unstable to be bucketable. Use a fluid hopper and transfer to a tank. Oh. So it's telling me that I'm a dummy and did it wrong. And I was just not paying attention. How many of y'all caught that? All right, ethanol, latex. We need another tank, not a bucket. I wonder if there's a use for this. Probably not. Quantum fluid. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. Oh, I'm going to need to pipe this out. So let me get all this together. I'll meet you over at the thermo-pneumatic processing plant. All right, over here at the thermo-pneumatic processing plant with our quantum fluid in a tank. We'll put it in bucket mode. We'll put, I think 3 buckets should be enough. Then if we come in here and we put our mineral berries right there, it looks like required temperature. We need the temperature way lower. Let's take off some of our insulation here. That is too low. What about if I light you? What does that get you to? Oh, it requires negative temperatures. Oh, well, that's a new one. How do I do that? Temperature at -2. So is that vortex tubes? Can I put like a block of ice under it? How do we get you in the negative? Give Willie a moment. All right, so blue ice only gets you to -40°C. Looks like we're gonna have to make a vortex tube, which is nothing we haven't made before. So let me try that out. All right, so there we have it. I have it really close to the right temperature. It should hopefully eventually cool off a touch. I'm going to take a trapdoor off for just a second and put it back All right, and that gets us right in our range, but we are out of that. But we don't need, yeah, we do. We need how many of that? We wanted to make 4 sets, so we need 1 more. Let's put in 1 more bucket of quantum fluid. Here we have it. Boy, it makes it almost instantaneously when you got the temperature right. So yeah, we made this vortex tube, had to connect it to air pressure, and then I just actually right-clicked it with the configurator to see if it would turn it, and it did. The blue side is the cold side, red side's the hot side. You can use this to use pressure to heat up or cool down your pneumaticraft machines. So that gets us our protochorus. Let's go wrap up this thing over here on our Ars Nouveau island. Let's see. What do we have? We were going to put you and you and you in here. So it's 4 of these. These are just mana steel plates, so it's just mana steel smashed down. 2 drawers of any kind, and a protochorus in the middle. Each craft is going to make 2 ender drawers. And there we have it. Now, I will go over these after I set some up because it's a whole lot easier to show you than to explain. So I just hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am. This mod pack is a ton of fun, and playing it and having people actually watch that seem to be enjoying the videos is awesome. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great evening, and there will be a video on Friday, and we'll also be live streaming our All the Mods 9 world. I have started on some projects over there as well, and I look forward to sharing them with you guys. So thanks. Bye-bye.